Hey, what's up everyone? Well, it looks like it's that time again, where of course it's the end of the year. It's actually the 2nd of January now, so it's definitely the end of the year, 2011 of course, and that means everybody's doing their top 10s and top 5s, best games and movies of the year, and even worst movies of the year, best movies of the year, worst games of the year, whatever. Everybody's doing that, and I always do one, but I always wait until a little bit later into the month of January, and hell, even sometimes I do it in the beginning of February before I post up my list of best games, best movies, worst games. You know, I wait because I want to watch some more, play some more, you know, that I didn't get to play. Well, for video games, I pretty much played everything I want to play. You know, there's really no games out there that I'm thinking of that I missed. I mean, there's a couple that I want to play, but there's no way I'll be able to play them. Like The Witcher 2, there's no freaking way I'll be able to play that game. My computer can't even run Serious Sam 3. What do you think? It's gonna run The Witcher 2? I mean, it can run Serious Sam 3, it just doesn't look very good, you know? So, yeah, there's games like that. So, for the most part, I'm pretty much done for games. So this is what I'm gonna do. I usually do a Gor Awards where I do like I guess a stupid rinky-dink award show where I get the viewers out there, all you guys, to go and vote on each category that I pick for video games, and you guys get to vote for each one and see which one wins at the end. And I also say what my personal best game for each category is. Well, I'm going to do something completely different. This year, I'm going to do something where it's just about my choices, and then at the end, it's going to be about your choices. Hear me out. This is what I'm going to do. Alright, for each category, I'm just going to do a few categories, maybe like 7 or 8 or maybe even 9 categories because, come on, January there's nothing really going on, so I have to fill it up with something. So I'm going to fill it up with this stuff, where I'm going to, you know, each category I'm going to pick games, and I'm going to pretty much do a top 5. There's going to be a lot of top 5s this month, and like best action-adventure game, I'll do number 5, then number 4, then number 3, then number 2, then of course number 1, which will be the winner. But also you'll get to see which ones I think is better than the other ones. So if just say, oh, this game, I want to know if this game was better than this game for you, but you picked this game as the winner, then you'll know because that game will be number 2 and the other game will be number 4 or something. You know, you'll know that I think that's a little better. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to do that for a few categories all the way. And of course, Game of the Year, I'm going to do my top 20, which I do every year now. I do a top 20. I play that many games this year. I mean, every year that I can do a top 20. Unless there's a year where there's crap games all throughout or something bad happens where I can't play that many games. If so, then usually I'll just do maybe a top 10 or something. But it never happened yet, and most likely will never happen. So top 20 games, best games, and top 10 worst games, because I don't play that many horrible games. And just pretty much the same for movies also. You know, I'm going to do a top 20 best movies, top 10 worst movies, but I'm not going to do an award show for movies. Only top 20 best movies and top 10 worst movies. Just, you know, for those. And video games, because I do play more video games than I watch movies, I'm doing a little award show there. So that's what I'm going to do. And at the end, when I finish my list of stuff, you know, my game of the year and my categories and stuff, I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to make a video asking you guys what your game of the year is. So I'm going to tell you, put your picks in the comments, and then after like maybe a couple weeks, maybe even a week, I'll just take all of those picks and I'll add them up and see which game wins for you guys. So that's what I'll do at the end. Just one category for you guys this year, just Game of the Year. That's it, because really the Gor Award things, I just don't, it's not working out. Last year worked out decently, but it was very confusing the way I did it, and I don't see any other way I can do it. So it was very confusing. I just want to do it like this. You know, Game of the Year, that's the big thing. I'll do a top 5 for each category, and there's only going to be maybe 6, 7, or 8 categories, so I don't expect that many top 5s. There ain't going to be like 30 top 5s this year. Okay, I mean this month. Maybe 10, the most. So yeah, that's it. A little rundown of what I said, okay? I'm going to do a Gor Awards this year for video games. I'm going to do an award show based around just my opinions, where I pick each category and I pick the top 5 for each category, top 5 favorite games for each one, like action, adventure, role-playing game, best graphics, you know, stuff like that. And at the end, I'm going to do my top 20 and top 10 best and worst video games and movies also, but that'll be separated from the video games, of course. And I'll ask you guys your viewer choice of what you think is the best game of the year. So there you go. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of the month, January, and maybe a little bit into February. There's not much really going on in January. There's a couple games coming out and a couple movies, but for the most part, January is always the dumping ground for stuff that no one cares about, you know, like those really crappy games you'll find on a DS, you know, shovelware stuff. So that's where you'll find most of that stuff in a year, which will be January. So anyway, there you go. There's a video. That probably went on way too long than I wanted to, but whatever. It had to be said. So anyway, thank you and goodbye.